Have you ever heard anyone say, I want to be with someone who is not good looking? Yep, me neither. Both men and women pay a lot of attention to looks, and this is natural. Well, according to a study by a Harvard psychologist, these people who pay attention to looks are all making a big mistake. The study by psychologist Christine Ma-Kellams is titled Beauty is Not What It's Cracked Up to Be: Attractiveness and Relationship Outcomes. This paper shows that attractive people have more problems in their relationships. They're more likely to have divorces, breakups, and shorter and less satisfying relationships. And this goes for both men and women. First, let's look at this from the perspective of a woman. To begin with, when guys find a young girl hot or attractive, they give her a lot of attention. And even if she is, say, unkind or not a very good person, they still act like she is great. Unfortunately, in this way, she is more likely to develop behaviors that will lead to problems with people. And then as she ages, those same guys will no longer be willing to tolerate those same behaviors. This is not nice, but this is how it often happens. Also, research on beautiful teenage girls has shown that they get more attention from older boys and that such older boys are often the wrong kind of boys, the kind of boys who are troublemakers. Such boys will scare away other better boys so that the beautiful young girl remains focused on them. As a result of these early influences, many good looking girls get started with the wrong kind of relationships early in life and they start to think that their self worth comes from how boys treat them. Then, as they get older, and as those same guys shift their focus to other younger women, these attractive women are stuck in bad relationships. What about good looking men? For biological reasons, it's a proven fact that attractiveness of women declines faster with age than that of men. So, if a guy is considered very good looking at age 20, he will still likely be good looking at 40. But this is much less likely to be true for women. As a result, that good looking 40-year-old guy is more likely to be unfaithful. He's more likely to have opportunities to have affairs, and he's more likely to take up those opportunities. A sad fact, but true. There's nothing inherently wrong with being good looking. Nature just somehow makes life more difficult for those who focus on looks. So, what do you do about all this? The first is to understand that looks are just not a predictor of happiness. Don't pay attention to your own looks and don't pay attention to the looks of your partner. Not that you should not look your best, but it's important to not let looks be your main identity. Try to define yourself in terms of something more real, something more substantial, the quality of your work, or being a good and kind person. And find a partner who defines themselves in the same way. So, whether you're a pretty girl or not a pretty girl, either way, I think you should just forget about looks and define your identity in some other way and look for a partner who is also not defined by his looks.